Studies have shown that word of mouth is one of the most trusted ways to get the word out. So to tell you about McDonald's $1 any size coffee, soft drinks, and sweet tea, here are 3 mouths.
Psst, McDonald's has small hot coffee, soft drinks, and sweet tea for just $1.
Hey, have you heard that McDonald's has medium hot coffee, soft drinks, and sweet tea for $1?
Large hot coffee, soft drinks, and sweet tea are just $1? Yeah, I heard about that.
In case you haven't heard, any size hot coffee, soft drinks, and sweet tea are just $1 on McDonald's $1, $2, $3 menu. At participating McDonald's for a limited time. Cannot be combined with combo meal.
And now, around the world and around the corner, it's the David Bowers Awards, bringing the best in indie music to millions of listeners worldwide with your host, the David Bowers. We've got a fantastic lineup of guests, as well as our engineer extraordinaire, Nick the Geek, our entire crew here at the Asylum, and me. I'm John Bon Jovial. And now, here's the voice of indie music, the David Bowers.
Well, thank you very much, and welcome back once again, everyone, to the David Bowers Awards here on this Veterans Day or Remembrance Day show. And we have a salute to our veterans from a Canadian gal named Tia McGriff. Here is One Tin Soldier.
Listen, children, to a story that was written long ago about a kingdom on a mountain and the valley folk below. On the mountain was a treasure buried deep beneath a stone, and the valley people swore they'd have it for their very own. For the buried treasure, tons of gold for which they'd kill. Came an answer from the kingdom, with our brothers we will share all the riches of our mountain, all the secrets buried there. Go ahead, hate your neighbor, go ahead and cheat a friend.
Tia McGriff and the reworking of the old favorite One Tin Soldier, which was done by a Canadian group called The Original Cast, with an E on the end of the word cast. This version by Tia McGriff has already been charted, and the video was released just November 8th in honor of Veterans Day and Remembrance Day from her newest album, Stubborn in My Blood. And she's an award-winning Americana singer. The video pays tribute to World War I veterans, especially. Single reached top 20 on the iTunes Canadian Country Singles chart. She's from just south of Toronto and is an internationally renowned award-winning Americana singer-songwriter. She's also a children's author, interestingly enough. With her life partner, Tommy Parham, they've been described as a modern-day Johnny and June. The two have enjoyed extensive careers performing, songwriting, and recording together over 12 years. It's included 7 international CD releases, various film and TV placements, numerous nominations and awards, including Americana CD of the Year, first-round nomination for 2016 and 2018 Grammy Awards, and it earned them a lot of respect and a global fan base. Tia McGriff, One Tin Soldier. John Bon Jovial, how are you doing this week?
Oh, fairly wonderful. It has been an uneventful week here in the swamp. Just want to add one thing to what you were just talking about, Tia McGriff here and One Tin Soldier. I think the two guys who wrote this song, Dennis Lambert and Brian Potter, would be very pleased with the production that she did of this song. She really does it justice. So congratulations to Tia McGriff.
Speaking of songwriting teams, Lambert and Potter wrote an awful lot of stuff too. So you musical files out there, you look up Dennis Lambert and Brian Potter, and you'll find a string of hits that they have written too. But yes, you're right. I think Tia has done a really good job on this song. She's got a great voice, and I had a hunch that once this breaks and catches on a little more, we may be hearing more of her here in the States, and we're definitely going to try to get her to come in on the show and talk with us too.
In 1969, Chum, CHUM in Toronto, they premiered the song, and it went to number 1 on the Canadian charts.
Yes.
And the song, it was really quite the statement. And I remember also seeing an interview with then President Richard Nixon regarding the song and dismissing it as just so much pablum and fluff. It was definitely an anti-Vietnam War song and a great tune, and she does a nice job with it. But anyway, on to other things. What else is going on in the wild, wacky, and wonderful world of the David Bowers Awards?
Well, as always, we are saluting our listeners, and especially our friends that support the show, like Mary Perry in Rochester, who's an accredited disability attorney, and she supports us by underwriting the show on our FM station, WRFZ FM 106.3, Rochester, New York. We thank you, Mary Perry, for your support and helping us to get out to all the people there in Rochester. And for our listeners, I want to remind you this is the show where you and the guests pick our awards, and there aren't any nominations or anything. So if you've got somebody you think is deserving of an award, musically related, for whatever reason, drop us a line, david@TheDavidBowers.com. We'll take a look at it, and maybe we'll salute you and your award person right here on the show. Want to salute also Titty Bingo, the house band, our house band, who provides our theme music and gave us our theme song, as a matter of fact. Be sure and check out some good old rock and roll from the Texas boys, Titty Bingo, and you'll find them online at tittybingo.com. Their latest album is called, appropriately enough, Rock and Roll. And we want to also award our first The David Bowers Award of the Week, and here it is. Our first The David Bowers Award this week, we salute all veterans for Veterans Day in the U.S. and Remembrance Day as it's saluted in the Commonwealth of Nations. That's been celebrated since the end of the First World War and is observed on 11 November in most countries to recall the end of hostilities of World War I on that date in 1918. Hostilities formally ended at the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. And for those of you who aren't aware, because it doesn't get the talk about that it used to, we were brought up to understand what all these things were, and a lot of kids today don't. The red remembrance poppy that some of you will see relating to Veterans Day in the U.S. and Remembrance Day in the British Commonwealth, the poppy has become a familiar emblem due to a poem called In Flanders Fields, where we lost a lot of American soldiers and their bodies are there in Flanders Field in France. And after reading the poem, Moina Michael, a professor at the University of Georgia, wrote a poem called We Shall Keep the Faith and swore to wear a red poppy on the anniversary every year. The custom spread to Europe, the countries of the British Commonwealth, and of course all around here in America. So you see the red poppies, that's what they're there for. And I warn you, because there are so many false charities out there, be careful who you give your money to. But if you get approached by someone from a veterans organization, American Legion, somebody like that, and they're selling poppies, make a donation, because it's not only in remembrance of something really, really big in our past, but it's also for a very worthwhile cause, because these agencies do a lot for our veterans. Hats off. Salute to our veterans on this Veterans Day weekend. John Bon Jovial, what's coming up? What's going on?
Well, I tell you what, you could not have asked for a better dedication than what you did. And, it was the war to end all wars. But it also is extremely applicable to the today's current servicemen and veterans and the trials and tribulations that they've gone through. So our hats off and a big, big salute to those guys and those men and women as well. What is coming up on the David Bowers Awards today? Well, I got to tell you, because, well, that's my job. So I'll do my job now, okay? We have a gentleman named Bill Abernathy coming up here in just a few minutes. We're going to talk to Bill, and we're going to play a couple of his songs that I just know that you are going to like. You're going to like him a whole bunch. The guy's got a lot of great things to say. He's got a lot of good music, and we're going to play some of it, too. And then coming up after that, we've got the Smith Sisters Bluegrass Band. And, boy, do they kick. So we're kind of looking forward to that as well.
Hi, this is Joe Bonzo with the Oak Ridge Boys. You're listening to my good friend, the David Bowers, on Blog Talk Radio.
Oh, thank you so much, Joe, and all the Oak Ridge Boys. We love you guys, and we thank you for dropping by here to see us every now and then with some new music. Look forward to the next time. Right now, we're looking forward to hearing from our very next guest who's standing by. His name is Bill Abernathy, as John Bon Jovial just mentioned, and here's a tune from his new album. It's called Willow Creek.
When I was just a boy, I used to sneak downstairs, listen to my brother and his friends. They'd play music until dawn, and I'd try to play along, wishing that the music wouldn't end. When I was in my teens, I used to take my old guitar down beneath the shade of a willow tree. I'd play my little songs, and Mother Nature played along, sitting by the banks